Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be going over the Bookmap mainly and why using order flow for your trading is such a big advantage, and why if you're only a candlestick trader that never would you be able to get a trade like this where you buy and you bottom tick right over here with a stop loss right under here targeting certain target points. So I'm going to be going over my analysis of the Bookmap, what it actually means, everything that is on there, the information that it gives, and why I'm such a big fan of it. So this is the Bookmap, and it represents the exact same like on a candlestick chart, but it gives you the information that are inside of the candles, the actual orders that are coming into the market in real time, and you can gauge who has the best or the greatest pulling power in the market, which of the two participants, either buyers or sellers, right? So right over here, I'm just going to give you an example of yesterday, 10th of September. Price in the pre-market was kind of uptrending, very slowly, but it was uptrending. And then we had this massive push with news at 8:30 a.m. EST. And that, for me, created a kind of market structure demand. You can see a little bit of consolidation here with a massive rally up right after taking out all-time highs. So I was interested in buying right around this area from 46 till like 41, something like that. I'm interested in buying there. So what I want is price to come back to look for an entry, right? So you go over to the Bookmap and you see this exact same information. This is that massive rally. This is that consolidation. All right, so market's gonna open and you can just see a lot of bubbles, right? You can see red bubbles, you can see green bubbles, and those represent the aggressive participants in the market. So those green bubbles and red bubbles represent the aggressive participants in the market. You have two participants, you have aggressive and passive. The aggressive ones are people that are hitting market orders. So if you press the buy button, that's a market order for a buy position, and for a sell, the exact same. You are an aggressive participant at that time because you're putting in a market order. To put in a market order, you have to hit a passive order, a limit order, otherwise you're not able to transact. So every aggressive order is going to hit a passive order. And who are the passive orders in the market? Well, those are limit orders, limit buys and limit sell orders. And those are represented on the Bookmap by these orange, red, yellow, or light blue lines. Those are limit orders. You can always see how big they are as well, the amount that's going to be transacted. You can see here there's a bid of 170, just a lot of limit orders right over here, all transacting. If you're going to put a bid, that's going to be below price. If you're going to put an offer in for sales, that's going to be above price. So knowing that there's two participants in the market, what do we want to do? Well, I always execute with a market order. I'm always an aggressive participant, but sometimes I can use these limit orders, these passive orders, as an extra confirmation for my analysis or for my confirmations for a trade. So what am I looking for here? I want to be buying at this area from 46 till 41, more or less, right? So I'm going to press the play button here and let the market open. And I'm going to explain to you why I actually took this trade already in the second minute of market open, and what I saw and why I actually executed on it. So the market drops in the first minute of the market open very aggressively and drops down very, very aggressively right over here to like the 44s, 45s. And as soon as that market drops that aggressive, we can immediately see after these aggressive sell orders, these big red bubbles, a lot of big green bubbles coming in, right? And those are aggressive market buy orders coming into the market. That's a good sign. If that is at an area of you're interested, you want to buy from, that is a good sign. You want to see this. But you want to see this hold as well. So that's what I was seeing in real time. These sellers are getting smaller because compare the size of these red bubbles to the ones over here. Selling is getting smaller, but what is happening at the same time is bids are appearing. Bids are appearing all over the place. These are a little bit smaller bids, everything, like around 100. But they are all appearing and they're constantly filling. What does that mean is that these aggressive sellers don't have enough power to get past these passive buyers. these passive buyers are absorbing all of these sellers. And just that's why price is stalling and staying around the same level. These sellers don't have the power to push price down further. So these passive buyers are absorbing all of these aggressive sellers. And right now I'm seeing that in real time. This is going very quickly as well. I'm going to show it you in real time. This is what I'm seeing in real time. All right, price is dropping, boom, more bids are filling with aggressive selling. All of this passive buying is absorbing that. Absorbing, more bids are filling here, more bids. All of the bids got filled eventually. The low is getting tested, or got taken actually, and aggressive buying is stepping in again. This for me is perfect confirmation to enter long in this trade. Now you're not going to tell me that this is possible just by looking at a candlestick chart. No way in hell, if you're not a gambler at least, that you're going to be entering right over here if you see just this small little 1 minute green candle. But if you have the information of the order flow, you know that this is not a perfect trade, but there's a high probability that this trade is going to work out because of all this aggressive selling, slowing down, all of these bids appearing and getting filled as well, and all of this aggressive buying coming into the market at the same time. So this is where I get long, right over here when it hits 46. Right over here, this is where I get long at 46 with a 2-point stop loss at 44. Right, this is my trade. I had a stop loss here at 44, and that's the power of Bookmap. And then it goes on to rally. Right, let me speed this up a little bit. Goes to rally. More bids are getting filled. My entry gets tested a little bit. And now the rally starts. A lot of aggressive buying coming in. More bids got filled over there. Did you see that? Went a little bit quick, but while price was hanging around here, a bid of 380 popped up and got filled immediately. That's just all extra confirmation that these buyers, or this one big buyer, can be a very big institution as well. Is just absorbing all of this selling with deep pockets, just absorbing all of that selling to then push price even higher. So let's take a look. Let me speed this up a little bit more. More bid. Another bid appeared over here. One of 322 again. And then price started rallying very aggressively, and by this time I was up 3 points. Here I was up 5 points at this time. Then I was looking to take a partial, and I think I did while price was the partial wasn't the best, but that was because my official target, my final TP, was here at 56s, and price was coming that close and that aggressively, so I wasn't even thinking about a partial, honestly. But yeah, then price was 2 points away from my target, started dropping. That's where I took my first partial, as you can see, at 51.25. And then later on, price is going to come back. You can just see, this is a very good visual here. All of this aggressive buying, putting a break on all of this selling. And then those bids as well, like I explained, just absorbing all that aggressive selling. So then price comes back right into the area where that buying started. Now it's going to consolidate over here a little bit, and you're going to see these sellers just try to keep breaking this low and breaking where all of this buying originally started. You're going to see them trying to break it with so much aggressive selling, but it's just they're not able to, because all of this buying is still absorbing all of those sellers. You can still see bids popping up every now and then. See, they're trying, boom, another bid. More bids here popping up, another one there, more here, another bid got filled over here. If you just zoom out right now, let's play it a little bit more. Boom. Let's see if that, there you go. So this area where price originally started rallying from, oh, that's not the right one. Where price originally started rallying from, this area over here, sellers tried to break below that, but they were just unable to. As you can see, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. They tried breaking this area and they were just not able to at all. And all of this passive buying just kept absorbing all of that selling. And then price started rallying up again with a lot of aggressive buying and a bid appearing while the market's rallying up. And that's something you want to see. That's very good if you're in a trade. And by this point, I was still in the trade. I was break even already. Price rallied up again. And remember, my target was 56. Okay, price tested it again. I didn't know that. And see how all of this aggressive selling is just not able to break that low. And price from here is going to another bid appearing. Doesn't even get filled. It's just defending price. And remember how my target was 56. And it just got 1 tick away from that. Look, more bids popping up while price is going up. That's a very good sign. My target was right over here at 56s. And then it works the other way around as well. So on Bookmap you see everything, obviously, like I just explained. So price is coming up and hits an offer. All of this buying hits an offer and gets absorbed. This is a big sell offer, and buying is hitting that offer. And that offer reappears right after filling. So it reappears, gets filled again. And you see how the buying is getting much smaller than here. On this rally, the buying was very big, very strong. And look at the difference now. Look at how small these buying orders are, these bubbles. And yeah, that's where price came 1 tick away from my target. Didn't hit it. That's why I took another partial right over here somewhere at 53.50. And then an aggressive sell-off happened and took my last contract out break even. So you can just see that apparently there was a very big seller right over here as well. So price was playing ping pong in between these levels. Here there was a lot of buying, a lot of passive buying as well, pushing price higher. And here there was a seller in this area pushing price lower. Because the first sell-off happened over here, there was a lot of selling, and then an offer appeared over here, and that's what caused this sell-off as well. So after price selling off, hitting me break even, comes back to this area that I originally drew to show you how it was defending price. Comes back right to that area. Another bid gets filled, 2 actually, right over here, and a small one over here. And you can just see buying stepping in again, selling getting smaller. And that's when we immediately took off straight to my target of 56s. You can just see all those bids again popping up, just ready to defend price at this area. This is a very strong area. Boom, all those bids got filled again. More buying is stepping into the market, and that's when we see this rally. And this should go right now to the 56s. And there you go. Just a strong push after just like a stop hunt. Just filling more orders, more buys. Just filling as many buys as they can with absorbing all of that selling. And here as well, filling all those bids again. And there you go. Target was hit. So that is how you analyze the Bookmap. That is how I use the Bookmap personally. And I use it for my overall analysis of the market, who has the greatest strength or pulling power in the market, and I use it for my entries, for my zones of interest. I use it for everything. So if you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments. If something was not clear to you or you wanted me to dive deeper into any of these concepts, let me know, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.